In past years, Inunaki Ridge, Inunaki Tunnel, and the mysterious Inunaki Village have garnered considerable attention, rekindling the public's fascination. Among these places, Inunaki Village stands out as the most infamous, often depicted as a lawless, nightmarish realm beyond the boundaries of the Japanese constitution. However, is Inunaki Village a genuine place, and if so, where is it, and what transformed it into such a chilling urban legend? Let's delve into this mystery. Inunaki Ridge indeed exists, located at the upper reaches of Kyushu, northeast of Fukuoka City. This picturesque region boasts a rich history and natural beauty that has long attracted both locals and tourists. However, it's also home to a place that has become synonymous with fear and fascination, the old Inunaki Tunnel. The story behind the Inunaki Tunnel is a tragic one, deeply etched into the history of this region. This tunnel, once a vital passageway connecting communities and fostering growth, now harbors dark past. However, the tales of horror don't end with the tunnel. Nearby lurks the infamous Inunaki Village. This village, according to local lore, exists beyond the reach of Japanese authorities, governed by its laws, a place so perilous that those who enter never return. To find this elusive village, follow a small path past the old Inunaki Tunnel until you reach a sign proclaiming the Japanese constitution's irrelevance. Beyond this point, an eerie journey awaits, marked by the presence of an abandoned car, a glaring reminder of a couple who ventured into the village and never emerged. The village itself is rumored to be riddled with deadly traps, and its inhabitants, born and raised in isolation, are said to wield hatchets and sickles, attacking intruders mercilessly. According to local accounts, Inunaki Village remained cut off from the outside world during the Edo period, while the rest of Japan modernized and underwent significant societal changes. Over time, the government supposedly designated it as a special reservation, leaving it untouched by external interference. This historical backdrop lends an eerie authenticity to the legend. However, these stories raise questions. Is this village a factual place, or is it purely a product of the collective imagination? The intriguing mix of fact and fiction surrounding Inunaki Village begs for clarification. Firstly, a real Inunaki Village did exist in 1889. It was a vibrant and close-knit community, tightly woven into the fabric of the surrounding region. However, as the years passed, change was inevitable. Inunaki Village eventually merged with Yoshikawa Village and several other nearby villages, forming what is now Miyawaka City. This transformation was part of the broader trend of urbanization and consolidation that reshaped Japan's rural landscape in the 20th century. The original site of Inunaki Village is now submerged beneath the Inunaki Dam, constructed in 1994. Thus, this submerged location cannot be the source of the legendary Inunaki Village. While the physical remnants of the historical Inunaki Village have disappeared beneath the waters, its memory lives on in the stories and memories of those who once called it home. There was a notebook found in early 2000s around the area in the jungle where Inunaki Village used to be. The pages of the notebook seemed to be made out of soft skin such like that of humans, and the covers of the notebook were crafted from a wolf's skin. The writing was done from blood which was mixture of humans and wolves' blood. The notebook depicted a chilling tale of some teens who tried to find the Inunaki Village and become familiar with its secrets. The writing in the notebook goes as: deep within a desolate wilderness, nestled in the depths of a shadowed valley, lay the forsaken village of Inunaki. Once a thriving community, its history had long faded into obscurity. Its residents had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only empty homes and chilling secrets. Legend whispered of a curse that had befallen Inunaki centuries ago, a malevolent force that had driven its inhabitants to madness and despair. Mere mention of the village sent shivers down the spines of those brave enough to speak its name. Tales of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena circulated among the nearby towns, each story more terrifying than the last. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows upon the overgrown paths that led to Inunaki, a group of teens arrived. They had come seeking answers and adventure, drawn by the mysterious allure of the village's grim reputation. Their journey into Inunaki began with trepidation, the wind whispering unsettling secrets that stirred unease in their hearts. After wandering around the place for hours, they found a sign, its letters barely legible and faded. It read, Inunaki Village. The constitutional laws of Japan doesn't apply here. The village itself stood as a chilling tableau frozen in time. Abandoned houses, their windows shattered and doors ajar, stood like spectral sentinels guarding the secrets of their former inhabitants. Weeds and vines had claimed the cobblestone streets, winding their way through the cracks in the pavement. As they pressed forward, their lanterns cast eerie glows that danced along the forgotten pathways. Faint, mournful whispers seemed to emanate from the very walls of the homes. Their intuition led them to an ancient, overgrown cemetery at the village's heart. The gravestones bore names erased by the relentless passage of time. Yet, one marker sent shivers down their spines. It bore the name Inunaki Widow, with the ominous inscription, "The Howling Widow, that she shall never rest." The widow had been a powerful figure, feared and reviled by the villagers. Legend told of her vengeful spirit, forever bound to Inunaki by her own curse. Their exploration continued, each step revealing more unsettling truths. Phantom footsteps echoed through empty homes, spectral figures flitted at the edges of their vision, and objects moved of their own accord. Eerie laughter echoed through the abandoned schoolhouse. As they delved deeper into the mysteries of Inunaki, they began to understand that the village was a place where the boundary between the living and the dead had become blurred. The past and present coexisted, and the malevolent force that had plagued the villagers still clung to the forsaken streets. Their quest for answers intensified, but the village held its secrets close, revealing only fragments of its haunted history. With each revelation came greater danger, and the adventurers soon found themselves trapped in a web of supernatural malevolence. Night after night, they faced ghouls that tormented their dreams and whispered dreadful truths. The curse that had plagued Inunaki had taken root in their very souls. They ventured deeper into the village's heart and stumbled upon an old, decaying hall that loomed like a shadow against the night sky. Its windows were shattered, and the once grand facade had crumbled into decay. Legend said it was the residence of the Inunaki widow. With trembling hands, they entered the manor, determined to confront the vengeful spirit that held the village in its thrall. What they discovered within those haunted halls would test the limits of their courage and reveal the horrifying truth about Inunaki's curse. The ancient manor held the key to their salvation, but it also concealed the darkest secrets of the village's past. As they ventured deeper into its depths, they uncovered a chamber hidden beneath the decaying floorboards. Within that chamber lay an old tome, bound in rotting leather and filled with obscure symbols. The evil book revealed the journal of the widow, an account of her descent into darkness and the creation of the curse that now ensnared them all. The journal unveiled that Evelyn had been driven to madness by the villagers' persecution. In her anguish, she had made a pact with dark forces, binding her own soul to the village itself. The curse she had unleashed was an act of vengeance against those who had wronged her. The intruders now faced an impossible choice. To free themselves and the tormented spirits of Inunaki, they have to kill each other, and only the last one surviving will be able to walk out freely. Others will become bound to the village for all eternity. It was a harrowing decision that would test the limits of their resolve and challenge the very essence of their humanity. As they grappled with the weight of their choices, the malevolent force that had plagued them grew stronger, its dark presence manifesting in increasingly terrifying ways. The spirits of the village demanded retribution, and the trespassers were trapped in a never-ending nightmare. Night after night, they faced apparitions that tormented their dreams and whispered dreadful truths. The curse that had plagued Inunaki had taken root in their very souls, and the line between reality and nightmare blurred. The village's ghosts seemed to demand retribution, and the voyagers were left with an impossible dilemma. To save themselves, they would have to choose who to kill and who among them would be sacrificed to the curse, and who would carry the burden of Inunaki's haunting legacy. The grimoire's revelation had left them with an agonizing choice: either sacrifice others or remain trapped within the malevolent grip of Inunaki for all eternity. Tension hung in the air as they debated their options. Each member of the group had come seeking answers, but none had anticipated the harrowing ordeal that now lay before them. The village seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, as if it were a sentient entity, eager to claim their souls. In desperate need, they began to research the other possible way out within the grimoire. The grimoire revealed the ritual required to break the curse, an offering of a pure soul, willingly given, to appease the vengeful spirits and sever the ties that bound them to Inunaki. The group's discussions grew heated as they grappled with the moral and ethical implications of their choices. Accepting the sacrifice as a last resort. As the hours passed, the malevolent presence within Inunaki intensified. Spectral apparitions appeared before them, their mournful cries echoing through the manor's decaying halls. The village itself seemed to shift, its streets twisting and contorting like a nightmarish labyrinth. With each passing moment, the adventurers felt the weight of their decision pressing upon them. The malevolent force would not wait forever, and the curse's grip on their minds and bodies grew stronger. Fear and paranoia tore at their unity, sowing discord among them. It was then that a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence. One of their own had vanished, leaving behind only a chilling message scrawled in blood upon the manor's walls: "The curse demands its price." Panic seized the group as they realized that the malevolent force had taken matters into its own spectral hands. Desperation drove them to a final, heart-wrenching decision. They would perform the ritual, offering one among them as a willing sacrifice to break the curse's hold on the village. The choice fell upon one member of the group, a young girl, who, with a heavy heart, agreed to bear the burden in hopes of saving her companions. The ritual was performed in the depths of the manor, the grimoire's incantations filling the air with an eerie echo. The sacrifice was made, and young soul was willingly offered to the malevolent force that had ensnared Inunaki for centuries. The moment was surreal, as if time itself had stood still. After her selfless sacrifice to break the curse that had plagued Inunaki, a chilling revelation unfolded. The ancient grimoire, believed to hold the key to the curse's solution, turned out to be a repository of lies and deception. Its pages were filled with false incantations and misleading information, a cruel trick perpetrated by the malevolent force that still held sway over the village. As the surviving members of the group grappled with the shocking revelation, the malevolent spirits of Inunaki, denied the intended sacrifice, grew even more enraged and vengeful. The village itself seemed to come alive with a sinister energy, as if it were exacting a terrible retribution for their interference. One by one, the remaining people of the group were driven to the brink of madness by the relentless torment of the malevolent spirits. Unseen forces assaulted their sanity, and eerie apparitions manifested with increasing frequency. Desperation and fear reigned as the evil spirits closed in, leaving the group trapped in a nightmarish nightmare from which there was no escape in the end. The malevolent spirits of Inunaki claimed their final victims. The remaining members, driven to the brink of insanity by the relentless supernatural assault, were ultimately overcome and killed by the malevolent forces that had plagued the forsaken village for centuries. As the last of their tormentors' laughter echoed through the decaying streets of Inunaki, the village returned to its eerie stillness. No one knows what really happened to them or who has written this obscure anecdote in this book. It was just found lying in the jungle behind one of the old rotten houses of Inunaki Village. The legend's claim of an open area with an old car is inconsistent with available satellite imagery. Furthermore, the story's origins can be traced back to an anonymous submission to a Japanese TV channel, NTV, in late 1999, entitled, "The Village in Japan That Isn't Part of Japan." This submission, in essence, marked the birth of the Inunaki Village legend. Even before Google Maps, skeptics pointed out the implausibility of such a village existing outside Japanese laws. Historical records show that even during the wartime, conscription reached remote villages, leaving no room for escape. Toyotomi Hideyoshi's comprehensive land survey in 1582 further attests to the government's thorough knowledge of its territories. The idea of an autonomous village sustaining itself through incestuous practices and escaping taxation seems highly improbable. In reality, Inunaki Ridge had already earned a reputation as a haunted spot before the legend of Inunaki Village emerged. The haunting incident at the old tunnel in December 1988 contributed to the site's spooky reputation. So, the legend of Inunaki Village is more a product of internet folklore or some factual account lays behind all these stories. While the story's origins can be traced, it has taken on a life of its own, persisting through the years. People are drawn to the mystery and the allure of discovering an uncharted realm. Yet, in an age of technology and transparency, it's unlikely that such a hidden village could exist undetected. The legend persists not because it is believed to be true but because it offers an enticing narrative in a world that craves mystery and adventure. Ultimately, the legend of Inunaki Village exemplifies the enduring power of storytelling and the human imagination. Now if you like this video then please like and subscribe to our channel.